Chapter 2, Albany County. I thought Rikers Island was old, but Albany County was super old and dingy. Walking in, I felt like a fish out of water because Albany niggas do not like New York City niggas. It really felt like I was out of town, far away, getting busted somewhere where nobody knew me. The way their county jail was set up, we were all on one tier. There was no movement like other jails I've been to. They had a little yard in the back, but everything was basically on one floor. The only time you left was for a sick call or for a visit. When I say no movement, I mean no movement at all. Your food, commissary, and packages were brought to you. They didn't even have a mess hall run. They only had 3 TVs, so if you didn't have a TV sale, you were ass out. With all that bullshit going on, all I cared about was calling my parole officer to find out my next move. He told me to waive my extradition rights so he didn't have to come and get me. He didn't want to take the trip to Albany County to bring me back to Rikers Island. He said, waive your extradition rights, and I recommend a revoke and restore. A revoke and restore is when they vacate the warrant and put you back on the street. My parole officer asked, why didn't you call me? That counts as reporting. I didn't know that at the time, and I wish I did. The whole town felt like it was full of snitches, and they were giving out time like it was candy up there. Niggas was coming back from court like, yo, I got 30 years, acting like it was nothing. The crack epidemic sparked longer sentences for everybody during that time. I was so glad we didn't have drugs in that van. If we did, I would have been finished. With the amount of rats and the fact that I was a city nigga, I would have been the perfect example. I only had a violation, so I wasn't sweating shit too hard. I went to my parole hearing, and my parole officer did what he said he was going to do. I got busted in March of 1990, and now it was June. I told my wife not to worry. I'd be home on a revoke and restore. The problem was they didn't have a commissioner on the board to sign off on the order. They had somebody sitting in as commissioner, so my paperwork had to be sent to the Capitol to get signed. I'm thinking I'm about to get out, and them niggas gave me 1 year. They ignored my parole officer's recommendation. 1 year isn't a lot of time, but I wasn't expecting it. It was now July, so I told myself I had 7 more months. It wasn't that bad. Now that I had my time, I was ready to get the fuck out of there and start my bid. I wanted to go up north where I could have movement, cook my own food, and be comfortable. I didn't have any problems because niggas did their homework and knew not to fuck around. I do have a funny story about a young dude I got cool with. Everybody knew I had a thing for light-skinned women. I received pictures from females, and all them niggas was like, damn, he really that nigga. I kept telling myself, I'm coming back up here to hustle when I get out because the money was prolific. The young dude wanted to hook me up with his cousin because he felt like she fit the description of what I liked. Light skin, hazel eyes, long hair, that type of shit. I was like, nigga, hook it up. He said he told her about me, and he knew that I would put her on and take care of her. I was getting visits, but the type of visits changed on the weekend. During the week, you have phone visits with a partition in the middle. On weekends, you could have face-to-face visits. I told him to line up a weekend visit so we could finally meet in person. It was a blind date until I got to the visiting floor. The CO took my ID and told me to go to table 7. As I looked at table 7, the pep in my step was gone. I started walking like I was headed to the gas chamber. I had never seen an uglier woman in my life. She was light-skinned, with hazel eyes and long hair, but she looked like a pit bull in the face. I had an hour visit, so I played nice, but the whole time, I couldn't wait to get back to my cell. I fed her a bunch of bullshit like, when I get out, I got you, your life's gonna change, all that type of shit. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm saying, I'm never calling this broad. She did come a long way for the visit, so I was respectful, but she wasn't my type. One thing about me, I've always been a gentleman, and that wasn't about to change. After the visit, the young dude kept saying, yo, my cousin asking about you, call her. I'd tell him something like, I'm stressed out right now and I don't want to be bothered. I was stressed, but I wasn't that desperate. I knew what I had at home and I couldn't wait to get there. I learned a valuable lesson that day. You know what you got, but you never know what you're gonna get.